Hello and welcome to Stuff They Should Have Taught You in School. We're going to get straight into it. Metacognition, thinking about thinking. What is going on here? Are we going to go into an infinite spiral? Maybe, hopefully not. Okay, there's 5 steps to this metacognition business. I'm going to run through them, break them down, give some examples, and run through them again and give you some benefits. So, step 1, awareness. You basically want to recognize and be aware of your own thought process. Analysis. You want to analyze and understand your thought process. Reflection. The third step, reflection, is reflecting on your experiences and considering how your thought process is impacting. Step 4 is goal setting. You want to set goals for the gaps that you want to fill. And step 5 is planning, creating a plan of action to achieve the goals. So, let's just run them through in a bit more detail. Awareness. So, the first step, awareness, is becoming aware of your own thinking and how you learn. This involves recognizing your own biases and preconceptions, your strengths and your weaknesses. By being aware of your own thought process, you can identify areas where you may be struggling and you can find ways to improve the understanding of a particular concept. So for example, at work, an employee may become aware that they're terrible at public speaking. So they've learnt that there's a gap in their skill set. So now they can use this awareness to start taking action. Step 2, analysis. This step involves analyzing your own thinking process and identifying patterns, strengths and weaknesses. This helps you to understand how you learn and what strategies work best for you. Essentially, by analyzing your own thought process, you can better understand how you learn and you can tailor what's going on in life to what suits you. So at school, you might analyze your past exam and you might see I'm terrible at multiple choice questions. So now I've seen a gap there and I can start to take action towards it. Reflection, step 3. You want to reflect on your experiences and how your thinking process has impacted your performance or what's happened in those experiences, how you've taken them, how you felt about them. This helps you identify what worked and what didn't and how you can improve. Once you identify what worked and what didn't, you can adjust life accordingly. So at work, you can see again, let's do the similar sort of example, public speaking. Say you were working on a project in a team, it didn't go to plan, and you identify that it was your communication skills and communicating with the team effectively. Now you can reflect on how to improve your communication skills in future projects. Step 4, goal setting. So this involves essentially setting specific goals, measurable goals, SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. You do also have SMARTer. I can't remember what the E and R stands for. I think R is reflection, E is... I can't remember. These are done in one take, by the way, these episodes, so I have a few notes there, but most of this is just off the top of my head. So once you've got your goals, you can that helps you to stay focused. It helps you to identify the steps that you need to take to achieve your goals. You have a clear direction and purpose for what you want to do, and it can help you stay motivated and focused. So at school, you might have a goal. I want to achieve A star or A grade. And you can identify the steps that you need to do to actually achieve that. So go to the classes. Don't sleep very late and then come to the classes really, really tired. Asking for help if you need it. And the last step is planning, which is basically a follow-on from the previous one, of course, creating a plan of action. You want to create a plan of action that will help you achieve your goals. And you can break down those larger goals into smaller, manageable daily or weekly tasks, and you work towards them specifically. This can help you sort of keep motivated as well as you tick the stuff off and feel good about yourself. So, going on from the communication or the public speaking stuff, the examples in the previous steps, we can identify specific action that we want to take. So every Tuesday afternoon, we're going to take half an hour out of our lunch break, and we're going to work on a public speaking course. Or we're going to practice presentations at home on Saturday. Or we're going to ask for feedback from our colleagues. Well, maybe you could even ask your boss, I'm lacking in X. Would you be able to contribute towards a course in X? And maybe you even do it during work time, and you get paid to do a course that you would normally have to pay for. Isn't that amazing? So, overall you can see how thinking about thinking, and you can sort of stop the cycle, right? And when you start putting attention towards this, you stop the cycle. And all of the stuff that used to just happen, you start thinking, why is that? And you think, does that serve me? Does that help me? For example, if I were to say, money doesn't, would you finish the question? Would you finish the sentence with money doesn't grow on trees? Does that serve you? Does it not serve you? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. But you can see here, in a roundabout way, is that over time, you've got stuck into these certain cycles. So for example, another example is, say a certain person emails you. You see that email, and then you get stressed and you go for a cigarette, or you go and you want to go eat some food, chocolate, or have a cup of tea, and you're running away from the problem. Now, why does this stress you? You can think about thinking. And then once you really break that down and you put some thought towards it, you realize that the problem just falls apart sometimes. And the problem was never really there. It was just in your own head. You can also think about, your habits, and think about how they make you feel. So checking your phone every single morning. Are you very lethargic every morning? Why don't you try not checking your phone every morning? Well, what happens? Why don't you try getting blackout blinds? And look, once you start in this process, you start to go from a shift of accepting things as they are to how can I attitude. And when you're in a how can I attitude, you start to be more solution-based rather than problem-based. Many people are focused on the problems, and that's why they have so many problems. Don't get me wrong, I got hella problems anyway. But if you focus on solutions, guess what? You get solutions. So, in addition to all of those benefits that we've picked out already, like improving your learning abilities, improving yourself, starting on a process of continuous improvement and bettering yourself, we also have other benefits, specific benefits within that, such as enhanced problem-solving skills, improving your decision-making abilities, boosting your overall cognitive abilities, increased self-awareness and self-regulation and self-discipline, which is super important. Self-discipline is like the top dog, basically. If you don't have self-discipline, you have nothing. Another benefit is improved emotional intelligence and empathy. Enhanced creativity and innovation. You start to think, if you're an artist, what times of day is it best for me to produce art? When do I produce my best art? When, is it a specific situation that occurs that I can manufacture? Or is it a certain time of day? Or is it in a certain location, etc.? So you can see here that essentially putting the thought towards the thought and really understanding things and really actually just putting attention towards what's going on, right? And having that level of self-awareness so that then you can break any negative cycles that you just do without even thinking about it. Like I said, money doesn't. You could say, grow on cheese, buy happiness, or you could think of any sort of thing. But then you can reprogram to that to say, to say something else, then you could twist it to be positive. Perhaps you would say, money doesn't matter to me, I have enough. Or money doesn't seem to be an issue for me. Isn't that a bit more positive? Rather than restricting it and saying money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't buy happiness. Well, whether it does or doesn't, I would definitely be happier. Well, I would definitely probably have more cars with more money. I would definitely enjoy driving those cars. I would definitely buy some more musical equipment with that money. I would definitely enjoy using that musical equipment. So maybe it will, maybe it won't. Anyway, here what we're saying here is basically think about thinking, think about yourself, think about what's going on. Let's recap those 5 steps: awareness, analysis, reflection, goal setting, and planning. Thank you. I'll see you on the next episode. Before I go, actually, email me if you want, monsui@icloud.com. It's in the show notes as well. Anyway, thank you and bye-bye.